All right, we made some progress. I've got all the T-nuts in the middle pieces. Got them all in there. The back cabinet, we saw this before. I've painted it black, okay? I'm trying to paint everything black before I laminate it. Because if there's a chip or there's an edge showing or something you can see through the wood, you want to see black, you don't want to see beige. Our first attempt at the laminate, first piece I'm laminating here. I'm starting with the inside. So this what you're looking at here is the outside of one of the sides. Put the cement on this, put the cement on the wood, smooth them together as best I can with my hands, and we'll see how it goes. That's still coming off there. Now, it's been about an hour and a half. We'll see. It said wait 10 to 15 minutes. I gave it 10, and it was kind of dry. I thought maybe I'd waited too long. Maybe I did. I mean, here, it's like not even touching here. This should just go together and it should stick like crazy. So we'll see after tomorrow morning where we're at. We have a control panel. I drilled out these. This line right here is the outside edge of the cabinet, so that's as close as I could go without always hitting my knuckles when I pull it out. 2 1-inch holes here, and then it's like, I don't know, however many 5 inches here. Made these, just sanded that. Real nice and wide, big radius. Not sure what I'm doing with finishing these holes yet. As you can see, they don't look real pretty. I could sand them by hand. That's certainly an option. I could use the roundover bit on the router to round a nice edge on the bottom and the top. That would be nice. If I do anything but keep this straight, meaning even if I hand sand it, it's still going to go and be a problem. Maybe I'll just use the roundover bit. On the bottom, certainly on the bottom, the roundover bit's happy because there's no laminate down there, and you can see that is monkeyed up because I don't have Forstner bits. I have hole saws. That's monkeyed. The inside, I don't care about. You're never going to see that, but it got really chewed up on the outside here, so I want to laminate the bottom, to be honest with you. That's not happening. I'm not laminating the bottom. I'd like to, but it's just going to get spray painted. I don't know if what I'll be able to fill in there, but roundover bit will clean it up somewhat. And so I'll do roundover bit top bottom. Here, if you're going to do this, you're going to build one of these, you need your Forstner bit set. I mean, get a cheap one from Harbor Freight or something. I should have got a cheap one. I'd have had the 1/8. I'd have had the 1. I'd have had the... It's a $20 bid if you buy it individually, but I bet at Harbor Freight you can get a set of them for $20. Alright, so I got these extra strong magnets. I told you I was going to use 4 magnets. Keep it nice and strong so it doesn't fall down. I got these extra strength ones. They seem pretty strong. Let's see how they go. Hopefully that'll hold everything in. With the top open, it's real easy. Just boop, boop, pop a couple screws in there, boom, boom. So I just rounded over the back side. It looks really good. When I hold it now, it's got a lot better feel in my hand. The fact that there's a sharp edge on the top, I mean, it's kind of annoying, but it's not like the end of the world. I don't think I need to worry about grinding over the top, only the underside. I wanted to do T-molding on the inside of this. And when I took a look at my bit, this is the bit that's going to cut the T-channel. Just like that. With the router. And when I went to go say, oh, well, is it going to work? It doesn't even come close to fitting in the hole to cut the T-channel. I mean, if I could get it in there, I could go around and cut it like that, but, it can't get in there, so. Oh, well. Wow, boy, I just realized that. That's going to turn this into like 2 little pieces. Jeez. And again, I moved this in as far as it could go. And I tell you, I just made this wide enough for my fingers. See, my knuckle barely fits in there. So, boy, is that really going to make that weak? And am I going to end up breaking one of these? When I look at the T-molding, Oh my god. Alright. I bought this slotted cutter from the same place that sells the T-molding. This thing goes about twice as deep as you need to get this T-molding in. Yeah. And I'll tell you, I'm going to probably, you know what I'm going to have to do is not ride the bearing on this. Just ride as deep as I need to go for the T-molding. You know, space it out somehow. Maybe put a piece of wood in there. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'd have to put a piece of wood on the underside here as the bearing rides this wood. And it doesn't even need to go that deep. So I'll do that one by hand. We'll see how we do. Maybe I'll build a jig, put like a 2x4 on here, bolt it, clamp a 2x4 on there so I can ride it. These are things they don't tell you. These are things you got to figure out on your own. I should have made this whole thing wider. I could have made this handle at least half an inch wider, which I would have liked to do. Because I'm as close as I am here, as can be here. I'm as narrow as I can be here, and this was what's left over. This thing is wide. If I'd have made it another inch wider, 25, like I had originally planned, that's so perfect. I have all these 24. You know, the wood was cut to 24s. I can just rip down the length I need. I don't need to, you know, cut it twice. And I cut it to 24. It should have been 25. I would have had an extra half inch here. We'll see. We'll see how it works. You know, once we get it together and I start using it and taking it around places and doing stuff with it, you know, I'll post some updates and you know, on how it's working out, how everything is going together. I'm not worried about the T-bolt. The T-nut and the bolt construction. I think that's going to be ideal. But I am a little worried about that breaking. And if that breaks, that's going to be tragic because all of that has to be redone. Then I would buy the 4 center bits and cut it right the first time. So let's roll that over a little bit. The magnets hold incredibly. The magnets hold so much better than I thought they would. It's actually a little hard to get open. Oh my god! All right. It takes quite a bit. It's not going to come open by itself by accident. That is not going to happen. That is what I didn't want to happen. I don't know if I'm going to start putting wires and ratchets, wires and Raspberry Pis in here right away before I put the top on. I think I'm going to put the top on